Here are my top 5 favorite albums of all time. Number 5, Polarity by The Wedding. It's just good. If a song from the album comes up, like, I have to go back to the album and play it on repeat. Ignore that the lights are on now. My favorite song, I got popcorn in my throat. My favorite songs on there are Schizophrenia and Southside. So, highly recommend those. Number 4 is To Be Everywhere Is to Be Nowhere by Thrice. That is such a good freaking album. I paid like $50 to get it on vinyl. So, my 2 favorite songs on there are Stay With Me and The Long Defeat. Those songs helped me when I was considering dropping out of college. Like, I was so like bummed out, and like, I don't know, like, it just came at a time I really needed those songs in my life. So look how cool this book looks, man. Like, I don't know, it's just so cool. Number 3, The Things We Think Are Missing by Balance and Composure. Like, this is one of those albums that's like a recent favorite. Like, some of these have been like on my top 5 for a while, but this one's like within this year. I would even say like the past 6 months. Like, I've listened to this album nonstop. I have it on vinyl. I have the normal record, and then they just released them playing it live in the studio, so I had to pre-order that. I just didn't give it the time of day at first, but then I really sat down and listened to it, and I was like, dude, this album's amazing. Like I'm afraid I'm gonna play it too much. I'm gonna start hating it. And number 2, this is my favorite band ever, and just brings back a lot of memories from when I was in middle school. But Dear Agony by Breaking Benjamin, like, such a good album, and it's really hard to pick because it's my favorite band. It's hard to pick which album is my favorite, but Dear Agony, I think, is just definitely their best album, and I think a lot of people would probably agree. To me, it's like neck and neck with Phobia. If I do a favorite list, like, I don't want to just spam it with Breaking Benjamin albums, so I think I'm just gonna put Dear Agony as number 2. So my favorite 2 songs from that album are definitely the title track for sure, and then Give Me a Sign. That was fundamental in my development. I don't know. It just was there for me at a time that I needed it to be. So a lot of the albums on this list, it's more than just like, oh, I really like this music. Like, it was there at a specific point in my life where I felt like I needed it, or like it just left an impact on me, you know. And then number 1, Holding On to Strings, Better Left to Fray by Seether. It's a long ass title, but it is so freaking good. This is also another album from that I listened to when I was in middle school, and me and my friend at the time, we would trade albums like people would trade trading cards, and this was one of the albums. I can't remember what I traded them for it. I just remember listening to it like a billion times, and it's just like the wedding album I was talking about. If I hear one of the songs from that album, I have to go back to that entire album and listen to it like all the way through. Like, I never get tired of hearing it's just so good. My favorite 2 songs are Roses and Master of Disaster. Like, they're just so freaking good, man. They're just so good. See, they release it on vinyl so I can complete my collection, because I'm like $500 in the hole with y'all's albums, man. Y'all gotta help me out here. What are your top 5 favorite albums? Say it in the comments below.